We imagine graduating, right? And we imagine what it's going to be like. What has been a reality shock for you? Like, now that you graduate and you're like, okay, so at this, what has been that for you?
Probably. I'm gonna make something great.
So now, after you've completed your 4 years, even more for some, and you've invited your friends and family to watch you collect the degree, what's next? Where you do, where you go? It can be quite daunting and a quite daunting question. And here to talk us through her own personal experience is Nastasia Ellis. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Lovely. So you graduated. Talk to us about your course of study. Where did you study and what did you study?
So I graduated from the University of the West Indies. I majored in Spanish with a minor in integrated marketing communication.
Okay.
I literally just graduated.
Yay!
It's still sinking in, honestly. It doesn't feel, because I actually started in COVID. So my first 2 years were online.
Oh, wow.
So it was my final year that I actually got to see the campus. I feel a sense of closure that I'm finally finished and no more, US stress on my head. So I'm grateful that I was able to complete the journey, and it's just surreal.
How did you go about choosing the major? So Spanish and integrated marketing? So why that?
It was actually the reverse. So I actually, because I'm interested in media, it's a passion of mine. So I actually went in with IMC, that's the acronym, and Spanish as a minor initially.
Yes.
Now what happened was, during my course of study, it felt like I was seeing more open doors leading towards like Spanish related stuff like tutoring, teaching, and then I had an opportunity to go to Spain that was presented to me, but I couldn't do it because I wasn't majoring in the language.
Oh.
So that was one of my primary motivators to do the switch. And then, as life would have it, I did get the scholarship, but for other reasons I wasn't able to actually go, and that was a really disappointing time for me.
Yes.
So I was kind of stuck feeling lost, like, okay, I didn't get to go, but I did the switch. What now? So I'm very much in a stage where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I know I'm passionate about languages. I know I'm passionate about media.
Yes.
I love creation. You saw my YouTube video. Like, I love to do that. But I'm still very much trying to figure out what to do. I mean, my generation, we live in an era where the reality of being like a 15-year-old successful YouTuber it exists.
Yes.
So being a 22-year-old newly grad, not knowing what you want to do, it's daunting. It's intimidating.
Oh, in my generation, that wasn't really. At 22, you just have to live your best life and have fun and just go to integration Thursdays and just, chillax. But in your generation, I don't want to have 10 Airbnb and 10 taxi on the road by at 25. But it's, it's
like I'm watching 15-year-olds have like 10 streams of income, and I'm like, okay.
What am I doing? What was that work and travel experience like for you, and how did that help to shape you?
It was a learning experience. I mean, it was my first time living for months on my own, away from my family.
Yes.
So that in itself was daunting. I've never done that before. Surprisingly, I held up more than I thought I would. I actually saw traits in my mother that came out with me. Like, you're growing up and your parents think, oh, you might not do certain things that they think they groom you into.
Yes.
But then living on your own, you realize, oh, I'm actually a really clean person, or I'm actually this, or I'm actually that. And it was a really good experience. I mean, of course, with every good, there's bad as well. I did have roommates, and when you live with people, you don't know, you know how that go already. But for sure, I mean, I was in South Carolina, and there were lots of Jamaicans there. I was very surprised. But it was a good experience. I learned about the work culture over there.
Yes.
I learned about the not so nice parts of working in a country where you're not a first-class citizen.
Yes.
So that was also an eye-opener. And of course, you're in the US, you're black, you're young.
It comes with what it comes with. Yes, yes. So getting your gown, so when you completed your final exam and you went to pick up your gown and you went over SAS and you said, okay, everything is good, I'm a done PO number. All right, now, talk to us about getting the gown and actually walking across to collect your degree and having your family there with you.
It was, like I said, a surreal moment. Walking across the stage and being there with my friends as well. And, university is not yes, you're the only one getting the degree, but at the same time, you're with your friends. You all did it together. And my friends from high school, I know we're graduating university. I was like, wow, we came this far.
Yes.
And it was very, it was a special moment. Walking across, certain persons clap and cheer me on, even persons I didn't know. And it's just like, wow, I finally completed this journey, and now I'm in the quote-unquote real world
Yes.
to actually start real-life adulting now, which I'm so far not a fan, but, but yeah.
Yes, the bills are real and the responsibilities are real. Setting your priorities are real. So you're in the stage now where you're trying to find yourself.
Yes.
What are some of the areas that you're exploring at present, or options rather?
I'm exploring, well, more of my creative side, the YouTube again. I grew up with my father, of course. I always saw media and TV and all of that growing up, so I always had an interest in it. At one point, I wanted to do acting.
Yes.
I wanted to do everything.
Yes.
Teaching, then acting, then science. I switched so many times. But one thing that stayed was me loving to create, make videos. I mean, even before YouTube was YouTube, I was making videos on my banger's phone, talking like somebody go watch it and nobody's watching it.
Yes.
So I'm exploring more of that now, and I love to document like experiences. So like the work and travel, for example, I can go back and years from now and say, wow, I did this, now I'm here. So I love to document, and I'm also, I mentioned Spanish earlier, I do tutor some C-Sec students as well in Spanish.
Nice.
That's been interesting for me because I never saw myself doing that. And teaching other persons, like sharing the love for the language, increases my love for it as well. So that's been nice as well.
Nice.
So
what's been the biggest shock for you? Because I know we imagine graduating, right? And we imagine what it's going to be like. What has been a reality shock for you? Like now that you graduate and you're like, okay, so at this, what has been that for you?
probably the fact that I'm not sure what I'm doing. And I mean, everybody's on a different journey. Some of my friends, you know, they went straight into a job, or some they went straight into their master's degree or whatever it is. For me, I'm like, I figured that by now I would be 100% certain that I'm gonna do this, this, this. But to be here now and realize that I'm still trying to figure it out, I'm like, okay, I guess it's not that way for everybody.
Yes.
So that I would say is my biggest shock.
Well, guess what? I'm happy that you're being very transparent about it, because sometimes being undecided, it's okay to take time to step back from the madding crowd and make your mind up as to what you want to do, because not everybody will automatically just drop into something, right?
Exactly.
And it's fine to take your time to do that. Take your time, just don't waste your time. As long as you can focus, and at the end of the day, as my mother has said, the most important thing is you have the paper. You have the piece of paper. So all else fail, we can call the minister as a minister. We have a person here. She need a lot of Spanish work and como estas. So you have the qualifications. So when the opportunity does arise, you'll be fit and ready. What are you most looking forward to now that you are a graduate? You are a Pelican, an alumni of the University of the West Indies Motor Campus.
I'm looking forward to discovering new passions as well, because I do know that, I mean, I kind of went through stages of like fleeting passions growing up. I'm excited to see what else God has in store for me.
Yes.
I'm trying to seek Him to see what the next step is and follow whatever open doors He has in store for me. I'm hoping to do more traveling, hoping to do more in media or creating. So we'll see.
We'll see.